Welcome to Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. And as you can see, I got the Ukrainian jersey on. Why? Because the Ukraine has a special place in my heart. And you know, there's lots going on right now. It was 4 times I've been on missions trips. We worked in the orphanages, the special needs facilities. We even bought cows and took them to this village that was in a lot of need financially, and we blessed them all with 10 cows. It was amazing. You want to know something? Right now in Ukraine, it looks like all the odds are against them. But I got a news flash. I've read in the Bible and I've seen time and time again that the odds are God's. You know, when we were over there, we blessed them and reached out and met needs. When we came back, we found out that there was a village church, and the men had abandoned, and the women and the kids were left to run this facility, and they felt to keep it going. Then the men came back and they said, this building's ours. And they were without building, and all these kids, like we're talking over 100 kids biking from everywhere. So our church chose to buy them this building. And it's not much to look at. In fact, we have a picture of it right now. And this is us when we went and did a sports camp and a vacation Bible school. Kids were chasing the vans and their bikes. They couldn't wait to be a part of our program. It was amazing. And you know, this building, we bought it for them. They were overwhelmed. And when we were there the last time, we didn't realize that the odds were against them. In fact, they had to get blueprints, and they had to build and reinforce buildings and pay taxes. And basically, they were low on supplies, and we felt to bless them. And they were in tears. They were overwhelmed and hugging us and bawling. It was incredible. See, the odds were against them. And we found out after that she said a prayer. She said, God, you've got to help us. And he said, there's going to be money come from the West. And she said, that was the answer of prayer. The Lord told me that money would come from the West to help us. We didn't understand. You want to know something? The odds are God's. And I read in the Bible, we read about a guy named Gideon. And it's an interesting story because here's the Israelites, and they are completely taken over by the Midianites. The Midianites move in, and they basically take over the land. And it says that the Israelites, they prepared for themselves shelters and in mountain clefts and caves and strongholds. And when they planted their crops, the Midianites and the Amalekites would come in and they would invade it. And basically, they didn't have anything left living, sheep or cow or donkey. They're completely impoverished. And the Israelites cried out to the Lord. See, the odds were against them. But they remember the past, that the odds are really God's. And an angel of the Lord came and sat down at an oak tree. And the angel of the Lord basically, there at this oak tree, just on this property, a guy named Gideon is sneaking around thrashing his wheat. What is thrashing wheat? It's taking the wheat and beating it till you get the grain out of the chaff. And he's doing it in the wine press. Why? Because he's trying to hide it, because he knows that the Midianites and the Amalekites are going to steal it from him. And this is what's interesting. The angel of the Lord says, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. But sir, Gideon replied, if the Lord is with us, why has this happened to us? I'm sure there's people in Ukraine right now saying, why has this happened to us? This is terrible. And it's awful. Why has this happened to us? And he says, where are all the wonders we heard our fathers tell that the Lord did, how he brought us out of Egypt? Where has the Lord been? He's abandoned us to the hand of Midian. The Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength you have and save Israel. I'm sending you. But Lord, Gideon said, how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest, and I am the least of my family. And we all know the story, how he goes out, incredible odds. But the odds are God's. They go out with 300 men. Gideon goes out with 300 men, and it says that the Midianites and Amalekites were like locusts. They were so numerous. And it says that their camels were like the sand on the seashore, just overwhelming. You know, what we're going through right now is a tough thing to watch, because we're seeing a superpower taking on a nation. I was there when they celebrated their independence. They were so happy to be free and to have democracy. So excited. And now I'm seeing this, and we see them defying the odds. In fact, Russia thought that this would be a one-day war. They never expected the people to stand up and fight for freedom. In fact, the convoy, they said, got delayed even today because of attacks. And they said that the supernatural has happened. We're getting reports of missiles that are hitting the ground and just sticking in and not even blowing up. We're hearing report after report. You know, my mom, I just heard a report from our missionary, Ed Dixon, with loads of love to Ukraine. He says it's incredible. They've never had more support financially from Canada than he's had right now. And he's sending the money, and they're receiving it, and they're buying the goods, and they're getting the funds that they need to get them through the orphanages and the homes. He says it's incredible. In fact, he told my sister and I, did you know that your mom gave this money for us to buy this building? And this building is massive. And this building is used for special needs children. And he said, do you realize that it's got a basement, and that it's not only the kids that are going to this basement, but the entire community is using this basement as a bomb shelter. It's incredible. You see, the odds are God's. We can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. Please take a moment to say a prayer for the Ukraine. Pray that God intervenes and that he's with and strengthens the people. And that's been Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. Take care. God bless.